This is year two. Last year, I was in the same gym, did a mural of a jaguar's face. If you remember back to my first video. Now, this summer, I'm doing one on the opposite end. I have a design that's similar to keep the same theme with the mascot of the school. A lot more to it, and I want to show you guys what it's going to turn into. So let's start with the prep. I'll show you guys the process. Next step, get up on the lift and outline it. Spray paint going. Setup is finished. 2 tables. I have a lot of supplies here. I want to show you guys what I use. Old brushes that I've used for other murals. New brushes. These are kind of my palettes that I'll use again. Rollers, buckets for supplying my pre-made colors I want to keep for the next day. All the rollers, and then obviously the paint. I don't use any spray paint. So that's another goal I'm going for this year. I touched it up a little bit last year on the eye. But I do this all by hand with brushes, anything from a 4-inch brush down to little details with this. And then the one thing I do like, I like these liner brushes. This is one thing I've used a lot. A liner brush is brushes that have a natural edge. Let me see if I have one open. Has that curve edge. That really helps with the lines and all the edges of these plants that I use. I really found those to be super helpful through the last one, so I'll be using those a lot again for this mural. We are finally here. Day 5 is complete. I have all the plants finished. So like you saw in the time lapse, I was jumping around. If I had paint out that day, I just jumped to that new plant that kind of used the same color, so I didn't have to throw that paint out. But yeah, I have all the plants finished, all the shadows, everything's done. Now I get to focus on the jaguar and the log, and that's the final step. So you can see in the middle, that's really the last of it. This is gonna be the fun part. I gotta show you guys here what I'm gonna do, a little twist. It's gonna be a little different than I did last year with the jaguar. There's a different look to her, so that's gonna be the kind of the fun part that I get to work on here. Last check-in before I show you guys the finished piece. I want to talk about the jaguar. You can see to scale how big it is. It's about as wide as the entire mural. Obviously you can see it's the full body to give you kind of an idea. Okay, each spot is about the size of your hand and it continues to get bigger as you go up. The same concept I want to talk about this is I follow the same exact plan as I did with the plants as far as having just 3 colors. So with this jaguar being white, I have a white, a gray, and a darker gray. That's really the only 3 colors I used. So you just kind of think about it like that, again, like I did the plants, and broke it down. So just finding out where those shadows are, and then adding the spots throughout. So I'm excited here. I'll show you guys what it looks like now at the end.